Today we need to talk about the 5 a.m. World Cup threat assessment. As the 26th iteration of the global football tournament kicks off across the Atlantic Ocean, the entire United Kingdom is currently plunging headfirst into an unprecedented psychological and chronological twilight zone. Because the matches are taking place thousands of miles away in North American arenas, the severe time differences have presented the British public with 13 entirely distinct, highly problematic broadcasting schedules. This temporal alignment has forced regional law enforcement divisions across the British Isles to publicly issue a series of remarkably sober security warnings that read more like an apocalyptic sociological case study than a standard policing protocol. The core of this state emergency revolves around an extraordinary cultural collision that is about to test the very fabric of human endurance and municipal stability. The domestic safety monitors are officially bracing themselves for the unprecedented scenario of thousands of highly passionate local sports enthusiasts attempting to process immense athletic anxiety over cold pints of fermented barley juice at exactly 5 o'clock in the morning. For international observers looking at this nation from afar, it is vital to comprehend the sacred, almost spiritual relationship that exists between the average British citizen, the beautiful game, and their local neighborhood tavern. Normally, the consumption of premium alcoholic beverages is reserved for the late afternoon hours or a relaxed weekend evening following a grueling shift at the office. But the unforgiving nature of global rotational geography means that high-stakes international fixtures are now scheduled to blast onto television screens right when the local songbirds are beginning their morning rehearsals. In response to this impending national crisis, the central government has remarkably decided to intervene by urging municipal administrators and town hall bureaucrats to actively streamline the distribution of special dawn operating licenses. The nation's leadership has explicitly instructed regional councils not to get in the way of collective sporting joy, effectively giving a green light to neighborhood public houses to unlock their doors before the sun is even considered rising over the horizon. And this has created an absolutely spectacular operational dilemma for regional constabularies who must now monitor the emotional volatility of individuals who are replacing their traditional morning espresso with an industrial quantity of cold lager. Imagine the sheer psychological complexity of a human being waking up to a loud alarm clock, completely bypassing the standard breakfast routine, and immediately immersing themselves in a high-intensity penalty shootout while surrounded by hundreds of screaming compatriots. The regional police departments have quite literally entered a state of elevated readiness, viewing this grand early morning experiment as an uncharted frontier of public order management. It's an absolute masterpiece of administrative panic, as officers are forced to contemplate how an individual's nervous system will react to an aggregate combination of severe sleep deprivation, intense patriotic fervor, and carbonated beverages. Outside observers can only marvel at the logistical reality of local taverns preparing to serve deep-fried pub snacks and heavy stouts at an hour normally reserved for milk deliveries and quiet morning paper rounds. The potential for surreal civic interactions is astronomical, creating a landscape where ordinary citizens walking their dogs at dawn will randomly collide with crowds of shirtless patriots singing victory anthems over a disallowed goal. You really have to appreciate the magnificent irony of a society that prides itself on rigid historical decorum, yet is perfectly prepared to collectively alter its entire circadian rhythm for 90 minutes of men chasing a synthetic leather sphere across a field. In a global media environment currently dominated by incredibly stressful headlines and heavy political disputes, watching an entire country transform its morning routine into a raucous football festival is exactly the kind of wholesome absurdity that brings a genuine smile to our faces. And until the final whistle blows on this magnificent tournament, the local law enforcement squads will remain on high alert, completely at the mercy of the time zone gods and the unyielding passion of the common supporter.